Welcome back to the WHHI News. Joining me now is Virginia Henneberry. She is the Director of Major Gifts with the United Way of the Lowcountry. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Well, year-end giving, we're at that time now. People are starting to think about it. Why is that so critical, or is it critical to your organization?
Oh my gosh, yes. So year-end giving is crucial for every nonprofit organization. As you and I talked about before, there's over 1,700 nonprofits in this area alone. And year-end giving is so crucial for all of us because not only is it that time where people are getting together and they're thinking about their families and what they're thankful for, but it also invokes that generosity and also being able to give back to the community. And for a lot of our nonprofits, that's how they are putting those last pieces of the puzzle together for their annual fund, or they're trying to figure out what programs they can continue into the beginning of next year, because we don't always have those funds going into the first part of the next year.
Yeah, Virginia, you mentioned the number of nonprofits. How do you avoid people that would respond by having so-called donor fatigue? They just are asked and asked and asked by a lot of nonprofits. How do you handle that?
So at United Way of the Lowcountry, we actually are in a unique position that our donors don't have to worry about what nonprofit is and what doesn't. That's what we take care of for them. We're able to look at where the needs are, where the true needs and what is first in line, and to go into those natures to make the true impacts into the community. So through our donors, or as I call them, those are our investors. You're taking the time, instead of donating to something, you're making an investment in your community. You're making an investment in yourself. And a lot of times we don't realize you're making an investment in your neighbor.
Right. And tell me this, if someone says, gee, what else could I do for United Way of the Lowcountry other than write you a check at the year end? What are your thoughts?
Well, checks are always wonderful to receive.
Especially if they're big.
Exactly, big checks are great. And even small checks. So big
right.
is terminal for everyone. But a lot of times with nonprofits as well, and for United Way of the Lowcountry, we are always thankful to our volunteers. And there's so many ways that you can get involved with United Way for volunteering. We have mentors that go into the schools and they work with our youth readers, kindergarten through third grade. We have a VITA program, which is a free tax preparation for our community. And for our communities, it's Beaufort and Jasper counties.
Yes.
And then we also have our community impact volunteers that help with food distributions. They help with coat distributions. We do toy drives throughout the community. And then we're also going to be looking for, upcoming very soon, is going to be our shower trailer ambassadors.
Now, this is interesting. This is something, I don't know, if someone saw that need. Explain what it was going to be unveiled and what's going to be going on.
So what we have coming up hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we will be unveiling our Becky Francis Showers of Dignity program, which is going to be a mobile shower unit for our areas in Beaufort and Jasper County, and it is just that. It is going to be a trailer that is equipped with 2 showers as well as a washer and dryer unit.
Oh, that's great too.
I know, and that we'll be able to take into our communities. We'll have spots in hot spots areas from Hilton Head all the way to St. Helena, all the way out into Jasper and Hardyville, that we see the need for those who may be unhoused or underhoused. You may have a structure, but you may not have running water.
Sure.
And they need those spots to not only wash their clothes, but wash themselves. Mm-hmm. And so that will be utilized and rolled out into the community, hopefully within the next couple of weeks into the beginning of the new year. And we will also have that available to be utilized during what we found out this past year, during times of need, is storms that come through.
People that lose power, water, et cetera.
We'll have a disaster relief set up.
Great idea. And the word dignity is in that name, isn't it?
Yes.
And dignity, I mean, really a lot of that is being able to take a shower, having clean clothes. So
absolutely.
It definitely will be filling a need, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Any final thoughts that you want to pass on to people if they're thinking about looking at you? What's the message that you really want to leave people as we approach the end of the year about United Way of the Lowcountry?
Oh gosh, I would say approaching the end of the year, we all are taking that time to kind of reflect on what has happened this past year. And it has been a year, and no matter what way you look at it, 2024 has had a lot of ups and downs and a lot of sideways. And when you're sitting around the table or you're gathering with your friends and family and neighbors and you're thinking of your gratitude and everything that has happened in your world, and you start to feel that little bubble up underneath that says, what can I do? Give back into the community. Whether if you can give back financially can mean a check, it can mean cash, you can do stocks, you can do RMDs from your IRAs, your required minimum distributions. There's so many ways to give financially.
The options are there.
The options are there. And also to give back of your time, because that honestly is the best way to get involved And that's the initial that you will feel when you give back into the community, and then you see what United Way of the Lowcountry and what we are able to do firsthand.
Well,
and we are always there for them.
Virginia Henneberry, thank you so much for coming on
Thank you
today.
for having me. I appreciate it.
And we will be right back.